If you're anything like me, you use an air fryer just about every single day to make some quick, easy, low-calorie recipes. But I not only have one air fryer, I have two air fryers. And today I'm using those air fryers to show you some really low-calorie, high-protein recipes that you can use for breakfast, lunch, dinner to get one, the most out of your air fryer, and two, help you stay on track to help you lose weight, gain muscle, or whatever your goal is. So without further ado, go ahead and press the thumbs up button for me right now, and let's put these bad boys to use. Starting off with breakfast, I wanna make two air fryer recipes, both really high in protein with some really good macros and taste incredible. Let's start with the air fryer egg white quiche. All right, you can start with any container. You can go ahead and pour your egg whites in. Remember that they are gonna rise, one, and two, the more egg whites you use, the longer it's gonna be to cook. I used right about 250 grams. And guess what? Other than that, you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna do some salt and some pepper, a couple pieces of turkey deli meat. Can't forget to give one piece to the homie. A little bit of spinach and some fat-free mozzarella cheese. Now, as your air fryer is preheating to 350, you can go ahead and give this a quick stir, and we can go ahead and put in the air fryer starting at about 10 minutes and checking it halfway through. So 10 minutes at 350 left us looking like this. Definitely not fully cooked enough, so I put another 10 minutes on the clock, and after that, it turned out absolutely perfect. All right, I have the next meal cooking behind me, but I wanna try out this egg quiche right here before it gets too cold. It turned out amazing looking. It did take nearly 20 minutes, but we got everything we could ever want in there. That's delicious. It's almost like an omelet with like a crispy crust on it. Having everything in there together too, the cheese melted around everything. The spinach got really nice and crispy, which I enjoy. And for some incredible calories. I mean, this is a pretty big dish right here, and it's only 275 calories. And with that, you actually have 57 grams of protein in this. I don't know about you, but that's about as good as a breakfast can get for something that's low calorie and high protein. Not to mention how simple this was to cook. Couple ingredients, toss it in your air fryer, wait a couple minutes, and you're good to go. All right, next up, we're gonna make baked oats, but actually air fried oats. A little more complicated. I believe in you. You got this. Follow along. All right, we're gonna get a blender cup. We're gonna do one packet of oats, about 3 grams of baking powder, a dash of egg whites, about 25 grams, a half a scoop of protein. This is Transparent Labs oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, perfect. Link down below for that, and a half a scoop. And then we're gonna use some Fairlife milk, roughly about 50 grams of that. Now you can add things like a banana or powdered peanut butter or almond butter or whatever you want into this as well. Just depends on whatever you like. Next, we can just give this a quick blend. And as that's all blended up, we can go ahead, pour it into a container. And this we're gonna air fry for about 10 to 15 minutes on 300. All right, 15 minutes later, here's how we're looking. It smells just like a cookie. Ow, oh, just burnt myself, I think. Oh my gosh, that smells like a chocolate chip cookie. Here's how cakey it got, pretty good and cakey. The texture on that is to die for. That is so good. That is so good. The protein flavor added in there is perfect. It's kind of like soft and crumbly, but like still juicy. 12 minutes was probably the perfect time for me using this dish in my specific air fryer. By the way, I'm gonna leave this air fryer linked down below. It's an absolute beast, the Calorie Dual Blaze. Been using it for like 2.5 years now. Absolutely love this thing. And looking at the calories and macros, this right here came out to under 400 calories, 392 to be exact. And with that, right under 30 grams of protein, so 29 grams of protein, an extremely well-balanced meal. And actually the two of these recipes combined makes for a really, really solid breakfast. But now that our breakfast is done, we can move into lunch. All right, quick change. Now we're back and I'm so excited for lunch because one, it's 2 recipes, and 2, it's super, super simple, both of them, and you can cook them together. So I'm gonna be making 2 different roll-ups. Let's get into it. All right, the first one we're gonna make is pizza roll-ups. So we're gonna start with some low-calorie tortillas. You're gonna do 1 tortilla. Next, we're gonna add some pepperonis. These are turkey pepperonis, so less calories. And you can just go ahead and layer all of these in here. So So sadly, I only have enough for just one. Typically I'd make two, but this will work just fine. Next, we're gonna take one of these light mozzarella cheese sticks and we can just layer it around as well. Next, simply we're just gonna roll it up. And just to be safe, I'm gonna go ahead and put some toothpicks in here so that they don't unravel on me. And we can go ahead and set this one aside for the moment. Now moving into wrap number 2, and the main ingredient is going to be, well, pickles. So you're gonna take one pickle, a couple slices of deli meat, next 1 slice of low-fat cheese. We'll go ahead and set our pickle in there, and now we can go ahead and roll it up. And toothpicks so they don't go anywhere. And here we go, we have our 4 roll-ups ready to go in the air fryer. Obviously you could eat them just like this, but put them in the air fryer, trust me. After you have it preheated to 350, you can go ahead and toss them in there for right about 5 minutes. Oh, check that out right there. And here's our final product. These smell incredible too. Oh, lunch for today. And they're just kind of oozing already from the cheese melting. I'm gonna dive in right now on one of these turkey roll-ups. Oh, the turkey. It's incredible. The way that cheese melts makes it almost like a cheese, like queso sauce in there. The pickle still has like a little bit of coldness to it, but you get that strong pickle flavor. And the outside of the turkey actually gets a little crispy, almost like a tortilla. I'm telling you, it's such a simple recipe, extremely low calorie with high protein, and it is delicious. So for the turkey roll-ups, all 3 of the roll-ups together came out to 255 calories. That means you could have 6 of these for like right around 500 calories. And with 255 calories, 31 grams of protein. So really, really solid calorie to protein ratio. And like I said, an incredible flavor. You're getting the best part of a sandwich and a wrap and like a melt. It's really perfect. Now on to our pepperoni tortilla. I'm actually gonna break this open. That wasn't as satisfying as I thought it was gonna be, but let's go ahead and try it out. It is to a T a pizza. The one thing I would suggest if you make these is have like a little bit of marinara to dip it in or to like drizzle over top when it gets out of the air fryer. You can tell the tortilla got really crispy. And because we use such a low fat cheese, it does get slightly dry on the inside. So having that dipping sauce or a drizzle over top is definitely needed. But if you're craving a pizza for lunch and you want to do something in the air fryer quick, a nice little pizza roll-up is the way to go. Not to mention these also have some pretty incredible calories and macros. 177 calories with the one roll, and in that 177 calories, 21 grams of protein. So once again, an absolutely crazy amount of protein to calorie ratio. And for an all air fryer lunch, this right here is perfect for me. So I'm gonna enjoy this and I'll catch you in a sec for dinner time. All right, it's getting dark outside, so it is now dinner time. And this is one of my favorite recipes. I love the combination of chicken nuggets and French fries. Who doesn't? And it's even better when you're able to make it at home and make them in the air fryer. Let me show you exactly how to do it. All right, we're gonna start out with the fries, and so we're gonna be starting out with potatoes. The most important thing here is how you cut them. So we wanna do 1 cut down the middle, 2 cuts down each side, and then we'll cut each one of these in about 1/2 inch slices. And just like that, we're left with pretty relatively same size French fries, and we're gonna do this for both potatoes. And this is how it turned out, all chopped up. They're not perfect, but they'll definitely do. Now, as our air fryer heats up, we can go ahead and transfer the potatoes into a bowl. I then do a quick spray of avocado oil or whatever oil you want to cook with, and seasoning of your choosing. I'm using the Kinder's wood fire garlic and blend seasoning, both really good in this mix, and use as much as you like. Repeat this process 2 or 3 times, and then you can go ahead and toss it in your air fryer. I use the fries setting on my air fryer, and it cooks it just about perfectly every single time. All right, and 20 minutes later, see what I was talking about, the fries? I mean, the crisp on that, come on. As the fries start to cook, we can move on to the nugs. The process is pretty much the same. We're gonna cut up these chicken breasts into about 1 inch cubes, and and then we can go ahead and transfer them into the seasoning bowl. Here's how they should look all chopped up, and you're really gonna do the exact same thing. A little bit of spray, and then season. I'm gonna use the exact same seasonings because they are my favorite seasonings, and I put them on everything, and they taste incredible on everything. Only difference here is you probably need to mix with your hands because it's chicken and it's sticky. Here's how they should look all seasoned up. As I use my second air fryer, I typically go around 380 to 400 for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, checking it throughout. And 15 minutes at 400, the chicken looking absolutely delicious. These are honestly looking like a better version of Chick-fil-A grilled nuggets. And here we have it, people. Dinner is served. It smells absolutely insane. And I actually have this meal probably about 3 times a week, so I know it's absolutely delicious too. I know I showed you earlier, but these fries, they're Perry's favorite thing, and they might be my favorite thing in the air fryer too. They're insane. It's like eating a Five Guys fries, but way, way healthier. And that crunch too is just perfect every time. Same thing goes for the chicken. You still get a really nice crisp around the edges, even though we didn't like batter them or do any kind of coating over top. Just the chicken is what's causing that and the air fryer cooking it. The way it's cooked plus the seasoning, these nuggets are probably twice as good as those like wet, slimy, grilled Chick-fil-A nuggets you would get from Chick-fil-A. I would choose these every single time. If you want some low-calorie dipping options, I would recommend both the Bolthouse Ranch, really good, only 50 calories per serving, or some G Hughes, anywhere from like 10 to 20 calories per serving. Lucky for me, I'm not cutting anymore, so I'm going with the Chick-fil-A Absolute God sauce, the Polynesian, and Chick-fil-A sauce. But not including the sauce, you wanna make this exact meal, it's gonna be under 500 calories, 476 to be exact, but you are gonna get a ton of protein in that with almost 60 grams. 58 grams of protein to be exact. And I did track the oil that I use too. It's kind of a meal prep recipe because I'm gonna be able to eat this about 2 more times after this. So I'm gonna finish up this and then I figured, why not? Let's try some air fryer desserts. All right, meal done, quick clean of the air fryers. Now we can get on to dessert. And yeah, I can make something like cookies or whatever, but I wanna try something that I haven't ever tried before in the air fryer in today's video, and I wanna actually try 2 different things. All right, and item number 1 is gonna be a toasted Uncrustable. So we're gonna start out with 2 slices of this Sara Lee Delightful Bread, 45 calories per slice. Boom, boom. Next up, some peanut butter. This Smucker's Natural is actually my favorite. If you wanna save some calories, you can always go with some sort of powdered peanut butter, but I don't care enough for this recipe. And obviously we're gonna lather both sides, duh. Up next are jelly. This is my favorite jelly, the Crofter's Strawberry. Also pretty solid macros too, 30 calories per 1 tablespoon. All right, go ahead, lather that on, a little heavier in the middle. We'll go ahead, fold that. So I'm gonna take this little big ramekin thing and just really smash it in there. Oh, okay. That actually turned out perfect. Oh wait, how am I gonna get it out? Oh, okay. Look at how perfect Uncrustable that is. The last little bit I'm gonna do is just crimp the edges, I think. All right, and that is, I mean, low-key beautiful. We'll set this aside and we can work into recipe number 2, which is gonna be a healthy-ish version of a s'mores, but in the air fryer. So for this, I'm gonna do 2 sheets. Next, I'm gonna add in my Lily's dark chocolate chips, stevia sweetened. These are literally my favorite chocolate chips now. They also make chocolate bars, which would be better for this, but I don't have any. Now we're gonna add our Max Mellow marshmallows. They're really just low-calorie marshmallows, but they still melt the same and they taste pretty solid as well. So we'll just put a couple of those on top. All right, now I'm gonna cap these and I'm also going to roll it in the tin foil to make sure it doesn't fly everywhere with the air from the air fryer. And now we can go ahead and toss both these in the air fryer on 400 for, let's say, 5 minutes. All right, after 4 minutes, that looks very much done, so I hope this is done as well. First off, the Uncrustable, listen to this. That's insane. Should we just bust it open and see how it looks? Oh, yeah, that's gonna be delicious. And we'll see how the s'mores turned out. They're gonna be perfect too. Just press down a little bit and we are good to go. I mean, those both turned out beautiful. By the way, I could tell they were done from that absolutely insane aroma coming out of my air fryer. I 100% want to dive into this first. Let's do it. Damn, who needs a campfire when you got an air fryer? Holy shit, that is so good. Do I have something on my chin? The chocolate melted perfectly without burning at all. The whole thing is toasty all the way throughout. All right, making sure I don't have anything on my face. So briefly on the s'mores, the entire two came out to 231 calories. That's not bad for a late night snack, a nice little dessert after a meal at all. And with that, 4 grams of protein, but it's a dessert. It's not all about getting your protein in. Maybe you just want something sweet to end your night. And that right there is a great way to do it. Now let's pop into maybe my favorite, the homemade Uncrustable. Let's see how this is going down. Something about warm peanut butter and jelly just gets me going. And the fact that I don't have to eat the crust, which everyone hates. This one actually worked out pretty well too. 245 calories for the one. It's actually probably a little less since I cut the crust off. And with that, 10 grams of protein. That's actually not too bad. Some protein bars have that kind of macros. This is actually my first time making either of these in the air fryer. And guess what? They turned out perfect on my first try. Who would have guessed? The air fryer quite possibly is the easiest kitchen appliance to use. Super curious to know what your favorite air fry recipes are. I got way more I can show you guys too. So if you want to see a part 2 or a re-up of this video, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know which one was your favorite in this video. But for tonight, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my dessert and I'll see you guys shortly in the next one. Peace.
This the anthem. If you rockin' with it, put your hands up.